CNN, you guys are recorded pretending the president's attacking his political enemies outside of courts with prosecutors because you're not following mandated law outside of courts because there are involvements with you guys inside of courts with judges and prosecutors who've been fabricating audio and video transcripts to replace that actually recorded sequence true. They've been switching names, forging names, preventing writing in cases, in collusion also with the news media that has been attaching me and others and everyone around everybody to fake words, and through time influencing the stories, influencing the cover-ups, uses of them pretending other as breaching screens, as used as tools to contain quality of fact sheet in nature, prevented from using correlation and offensively, so we have offensive evidence where there, even the locations of body dumping spots are recorded having been used remotely to maintain uses of investigations remotely, to maintain uses of off-campuses locations remotely that are in collusion with methods that are bound by a method on the campuses where they're stacking fake things into databases and then exploiting it. That's what's actually recorded. That's why they can't put anything into paper now. So I don't know this Casper family also, and I barely know the Mark Violet, and I don't know the people with the name Joe. In other words, and Maria Vizino, I didn't know that. Maria Vizino, Mark Violet, and a Chet Casper and other people associated with predicate acts, with with identity thefts and frauds on campuses I went to, where and from locations I was never in their class, so you don't see the people to be able to do anything about it. And then if you go after them, it makes it look like you knew them before that, or you were in a location. In other words, it has something to do with live progressions that go back to the strangers of the O'Brien family, and Mayor Gold's Debbie Gold, involved with stacking things into databases with teachers and stuff, with conversations with teachers when they never, and to bring the other people into the conversation. They're making things up because they're attaching people to fake locations, fake words, fake behavior, fake reactions to it, for all these little magic tricks they do to get people to have to write something into a database, and so write it wrong, and how they exploit that. And they might be just, I'm sure too, they're also just filling in fake things that the teachers didn't even write. It's also one of the things that's recorded is whenever someone tries to speak positive about the past, positive about it, someone has to steal their identity. They were locked into formally, informally in collusion. In other words, use of other people's names, everyone's speaking through other. And one of the things they do is sequence shifts. Why was this person at that location, really? They can't be honest about that. These are the people, former director of the FBI, Robert Luskin, and others associated with Washington, D.C., and the World Trade Center. They're also involved with predicate acts, identity thefts, and frauds instances relevant with the buildings next to the state capitol, Connecticut, and on off the news media locations. So I don't know why I have to draw maps to you guys and use all these people's names so people, WFSB recorded, confessed, and demonstrated they're forcing, hurting, persuading, tricking the kids to collusion with a minority of the parents that have been lying to the rest of them, and with doctors who've been attaching little kids and their families to fake words and fake locations and fake relationships to themselves and others, and lying about them taking drugs, medical drugs and other drugs, No, because these are also the people involved with selling the drugs on all sides of the high school through time, as the people involved with this Dr. Graham, also involved with more locations and names and people associated with the post office and the businesses next to the South Steam Middle School, also involved with identity thefts and frauds and confessions. Now, Chris Walters also said those buildings in that area are involved with his mother, with the judges and prosecutors. And they use his little kid because he had no father. Barack Obama had no father. So no one taught him how to, my father did better than everyone with that. Native man, that's all you have to understand, because then you can correlate who's lying or not. And that's relevant. You can correlate it in relationship to the criminal insidiousness, which is relevant. So I don't know this Justin Glavinskis. He's one of the ones that the courts confirmed involved roles with people that attach people to fake locations with themselves. And he's one of the ones that are KKK themed, black families themed roles with identity thefts and fraud, sequence shifts, and predicate acts on and off the state judicial branch offices, and with houses on Two Rod Highway. Chris Walters also said a Spada family is involved with him, with them through time. He confirmed through time he's involved with the ones with the predicate acts with the Wethersfield town offices over the last months, and with the Wethersfield police still forging names, switching names, putting more names in, preventing me writing. They want me to respond in writing. I told you, I want a response for the interbranch forging and switching names. I want to know why and why they lied to and hid this from the judges, the Fox News judges, individually grouped in together. I want to know why. I mean, they're going to want to know why. And if they don't want to know why, it's because they're recorded collusion anyway. All these networks, they're not following mandated law. They're lying about the substance of what people type on Facebook because they're already used remotely. The investigations and the fact checkers, as they say, or whatever, and the people, in other words, in collusion, also differentially criminally foreign influence with the people attacking companies like Facebook by putting violence and making people not want to post. That's really why they say, oh, it's bullying. It's online bullying. It's online identity thefts and frauds. They're establishing fake things outside of courts and online because the courts use time too fast, too slow, while they're still fabricating audio and video. And they can't admit it here and there, but it's recorded here and there. Hundreds of nations here and there at once. Boxings to campus dance with stolen name. Olympics too. Oh. I apologize. Japan. For America. And for all these representatives of our countries. They are not our species' way. Science be true. Vaccines, they must return the names. We'll do it again. The Olympics. Better. Ooh. Free the Olympics. We have a different, better one.